You know, it's never easy to make decisions for an aging loved one. The National Alzheimer's Association says nearly half of people living in nursing homes and residential care facilities in the United States have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's or one of the hundreds of other types of dementia. Naturally, more of these facilities are offering memory care and trying to cater to this growing population. But investigator Avery Travis found that only makes it harder for families to know the level of care and the specific facilities their loved one needs.
This was just a little cartoon that she did.
All over Sharon Butler's home,
I think it's probably faded through the years.
there are pieces of her mom.
She made them, and sentimental.
When Sharon was 25 years old, her mom had a stroke while working on this painting.
She never quite put the detail into that she would have.
A stroke that altered her mind and her daughter's life.
It was extremely traumatic.
After the stroke, Sharon's mom was diagnosed with vascular dementia and later developed Alzheimer's disease. She had to trade her original art for simpler crafts and paint-by-number kits.
Her safety was an issue because she couldn't let her in the kitchen to do anything. She would forget to lock doors.
Eventually, they made the difficult decision. Both her mother and father would need to move into assisted living. Over the years, Sharon and her husband had to find a home for his mom, who was diagnosed with Alzheimer's as well, and then a home for Sharon's aunt.
It's always difficult.
The decision becomes even more difficult because individuals with Alzheimer's do require specialized care.
Advocates with the Alzheimer's Association explained these residents and patients are dealing with more than just forgetfulness that can come with aging.
And ultimately, your brain stops telling your body to breathe and your heart to beat. And so it's really just a totally different set of services and care that's required.
The state of Texas does offer an Alzheimer's certification for facilities that meet additional safety, design, staffing, and training qualifications. Right now, nearly a third of the state's more than 2,000 assisted living communities have at least a portion of their facility Alzheimer's certified. For skilled nursing facilities, though, it's less common, with only 34 homes in Texas certified. Meanwhile, facilities across the state market memory care wings or other special services. We found at least a dozen assisted living facilities with no certification that feature memory care in their name.
And it could just mean that they have locked facilities. And it could mean that they have even more, requirements, but the term isn't specific.
It's an important distinction for advocates.
So this marketing can be misleading.
Which is why they fought for a law to require any facility that markets memory care to be more transparent with prospective residents and their families about their Alzheimer's certification status.
Prior to this bill, it's really just a line item that a family member, hopefully, luckily, would catch as they're going through the vast amount of paperwork that is required of, putting a loved one in a facility. And so this will just be an explicit paper on whether they're certified and what that means. And so ultimately what this is just going to change is how we hold facilities accountable.
Every month we're introducing a new type of training. It does take quite a bit, and a lot of places just won't go that extra step.
Silverado Barton Springs is one of the largest Alzheimer's certified communities in Austin. Its leadership says it can be frustrating to explain why that certification differentiates it from other facilities marketing memory care.
The general public is still confused about the terminology. So hopefully with the new bills that are coming out, that it will help educate the public.
And the bill passed with bipartisan support, soon to become law. The only concern?
Those all come at a cost, and the state of Texas doesn't pay for that higher level of care.
Nursing home industry advocates testified to lawmakers the certification process is expensive, a cost that's often passed on to patients and their families.
So you really do need to do your research and ask a lot of questions and visit as much as you can.
Sharon says it's not a paint-by-number or a one-size-fits-all. She knows not everyone with cognitive issues needs the highest level of care. After 4 different experiences searching for the right senior living home for her loved ones, Sharon now leads a support group for caregivers in the Austin area.
It's not like getting married or having a baby where you do all the research and you get ready and you prepare and you get informed. Nobody wants to know about this until they have to. The more information we have going into any decision like that, the better.
Avery Travis for State of Texas.
Thanks, Avery. The Alzheimer's Association says it would like to work toward a more legal definition to the term memory care in the future. It holds Florida up as an example where a special license is required to offer memory care and Alzheimer's services with that added training and a higher standard of care. Senate Bill 383 that passed here in Texas will go into effect on September 1st. Until then, we've built a map of all the Alzheimer's certified nursing and assisted living facilities in the Lone Star State. You can explore it in this story in the Texas Politics section of our station's website. Battles over voting rights and walkouts drag on at the Capitol, and Texas children are watching.
We've seen the results of children being at the front lines of this fight. They care, they get engaged, and they keep making progress.
The different ways state leaders are keeping kids in mind as they craft policies for the future.